No one in the airport lounge could understand why a tired single father in an old jacket refused to leave. Two security guards stood beside him while dozens of wealthy passengers quietly watched the scene unfold. What happened next changed the lives of everyone in that room. A single letter, written with shaking hands, would reveal a truth that even one of the world's richest CEOs had failed to see. Before we begin, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Your support helps us share more stories that remind people that kindness still exists in the world. Michael Carter adjusted the collar of his worn blue jacket and looked down at the photograph in his hand. It showed him standing beside his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. Both of them were smiling. Michael had been a pilot for nearly 15 years. He loved flying more than anything. But after his wife passed away from an illness 3 years earlier, life became difficult. He suddenly found himself raising Lily alone. Every morning, he woke up before sunrise, prepared breakfast, took Lily to school, and then rushed to work. Despite the challenges, he never complained. He believed that as long as he and Lily had each other, everything would be all right. One afternoon, Michael received an invitation to a private event at a luxury airport terminal. The event had been organized by Harrison Blake, the billionaire CEO of one of the largest airline companies in the country. Many important business leaders, investors, and experienced pilots had been invited. Michael was surprised to see his own name on the list. He carefully ironed his clothes, borrowed a tie from a friend, and arrived at the terminal. He hoped that attending the event might help him secure a better position and provide a brighter future for Lily. As he entered the building, he noticed the polished marble floors, expensive furniture, and large crystal lights hanging from the ceiling. Everything around him seemed to belong to another world. Across the room stood Harrison Blake. Tall, confident, and dressed in an elegant suit, the CEO was speaking with several investors. People admired his success, but many also believed that wealth had made him distant and cold. Michael waited patiently for an opportunity to introduce himself. When Harrison finally looked in his direction, his eyes moved from Michael's worn shoes to his faded jacket. "Can I help you?" Harrison asked. Michael smiled politely. "My name is Michael Carter. I'm one of the pilots invited to today's event." Harrison frowned. There must be some mistake. Michael reached into his pocket to show the invitation, but Harrison interrupted him. "This event is for senior guests and executives. Security, please escort this gentleman outside." The entire room became silent. Michael stood perfectly still while two security guards approached him. Embarrassment burned across his face. He wanted to explain himself, but he could already feel dozens of eyes watching him. One of the guards quietly whispered, "Sir, perhaps you should leave." Michael nodded slowly. "Of course." As he turned toward the door, he stopped and placed an envelope on the reception desk. "Please give this to Mr. Blake when he has time." Then he walked away. The event continued as if nothing had happened. Nearly an hour later, Harrison noticed the envelope lying on the desk. "What's this?" he asked. "A letter from the pilot you asked us to remove," an assistant replied. Harrison opened it carelessly, expecting a complaint. Instead, he found a neatly folded letter. It read, "Dear Mr. Blake, you probably don't remember me. 10 years ago, during a severe winter storm, I was the co-pilot on one of your flights. The weather was terrible, and many passengers were frightened. A young flight attendant slipped and injured her leg while helping people remain calm. That flight attendant was my wife, Emma. You stayed behind after everyone else left. You sat beside her in the hospital and promised that your company would cover every expense. You told her that people mattered more than profits. Emma never forgot your kindness. Years later, when she became seriously ill, she often spoke about that day. Before she passed away, she asked me to write to you if I ever had the chance. She wanted to thank you for giving her hope when she needed it most. I came today not to ask for money or a promotion. I simply wanted to shake your hand and tell you that your kindness changed our lives. Sincerely, Michael Carter." Harrison read the letter once. Then he read it again. Suddenly, he remembered. He remembered the terrible storm. He remembered the frightened passengers. Most of all, he remembered a young woman with bright eyes and an unforgettable smile. Emma. For a long moment, Harrison stared at the letter without speaking. Then he stood up so quickly that everyone around him looked surprised. "Where is he?" he asked. The guards exchanged nervous glances. "He left, sir." "Then find him." Outside the terminal, Michael sat alone on a bench while watching airplanes cross the evening sky. A black car stopped beside him. Moments later, Harrison stepped out. "I owe you an apology," the billionaire said quietly. Michael rose to his feet. "You have nothing to apologize for." "Yes, I do." Harrison lowered his head. "I judged you without knowing your story. I forgot the lesson I once taught myself." He extended his hand. "Your wife was an extraordinary person." Michael smiled sadly. "She certainly was." For the next hour, the two men spoke about Emma, about Lily, and about the challenges of raising a child alone. Before leaving, Harrison handed Michael a business card. "I know you didn't come here looking for anything," he said. "But our company needs people like you. Not just skilled pilots, but good human beings." Several months later, Michael accepted a new position with the airline. The job allowed him to spend more time with Lily while giving him opportunities he had never imagined. As for Harrison, he changed as well. He spent less time focusing on appearances and more time listening to people. He knew that success meant very little if kindness was left behind. One evening, Harrison visited Michael and Lily for dinner. As they sat together laughing, Lily looked at the billionaire and smiled. "My mother always said that kindness comes back when you least expect it." Harrison smiled. "Your mother was absolutely right. Life has a strange way of reminding us what truly matters. Sometimes a simple act of kindness can travel through years, cross countless miles, and return when we need it most. The truth is that we never know what another person is carrying in their heart. A few kind words, a helping hand, or a moment of understanding can change someone's life forever. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson of all. Kindness costs very little, but its value is beyond measure."